Hello fellow YouTubers, Mac in VR here. Today I'm reviewing Path of the Warrior by Twisted Pixel, but first we must go back in time. Back in 1991 a game appeared called Streets of Rage, a side-scrolling beat-em-up, a genre now sadly virtually extinct in the modern gaming world. Then in 1992 the sequel arrived, Streets of Rage 2. I know. Imaginative title aside, in my opinion the best entry in the series and by far the best scrolling beat-em-up ever made. I was a fresh-faced young Mac, a mere slip of a boy at only years old, and just Mac then because there was no NVR back in the day. What was that? Thank you, very nice of you to say that I don't look that old. I used to sit down with my girlfriend, who's now my wife, and we used to smash our way through the mean streets of the city. I invariably played as Axel and my wife was Blaze, two hard-kicking, high-punching vigilante cops. Or should that be high-kicking, hard-punching vigilante cops? Yeah, probably. As well as bright graphics and fun co-op gameplay, Streets of Rage 2 had a brilliant soundtrack, all thumping 90s techno and EDM. We spent many a happy evening smashing pipes over the heads of henchmen with weird names like R-Signal and MCK, eating cooked chickens from kicked over bins, I know, and screaming "Grandapa" every time Axel pulled off his extremely overpowered, yet surprisingly easy, power move. Did you ever play Streets of Rage? Or maybe you were more of a Final Fight or Double Dragon kind of person? Don't forget to comment down below. Now, fast forward 28 years and the scrolling beat-em-up is dead, swallowed up by the behemoths that are PUBG, Fortnite, Call of Duty and Minecraft. Now you don't hear David Attenborough going on about video games on the brink of extinction now, do you? And here we have the once thriving scrolling beat-em-up, sadly ravaged by time and neglect, left to rot in the corner of our local video game arcades. Now the people at Twisted Pixel must be fans of Streets of Rage. They must be. Path of the Warrior, their newest game, is a loving homage to the long-forgotten side-scrolling beat-em-up. It's even set in Raid City for flip's sake. It takes the basic premise of Streets of Rage, roam the streets, beat up henchmen, use special moves, free trap civilians for rewards, renew your health bar with burgers, chicken, corn dogs and the like, then eventually fight a boss, level over. Nothing groundbreaking then. Well, the difference is that this is a free roaming beat-em-up and you must punch with your actual hands, though kicks and special moves are still restrained to button presses. This is probably for the best. I don't suppose Mrs. Mac in VR will be too happy to come home and find I've kicked holes in all the walls while attempting a spinning bird kick. And it keeps you on your toes by dropping enemies all around you, which means you always have to keep your head on a swivel in case some muscle-bound scoundrel sneaks up behind you. There are 5 levels: the bar, neon streets, amusement park, which is my favourite as you get to punch clowns in the face, factory and finally casino. Each has their own varied style of enemies. The bar is full of muscle-bound thugs. Neon Streets is full of crash-helmeted, brightly clothed skater girls. Amusement Park is peppered with clowns, muscle-bound strongmen and weird little teddy bear things that totally freaked me out. Factory is full of techno ninjas. Finally, we have Casino, which is populated by American wrestlers from the 80s. My particular favourite is the one with the long blonde hair, full makeup, who's trying to smash you over the head with a chair. You can punch with your hands, but you kick using X and A, or a spinning kick using both. Then you have weapon pickups. There are also environmental kills. You get extra points for knocking an opponent unconscious and then throwing them into the scenery for great comedic effect. The sewer crocodile being a much loved favourite of mine. Then, after several waves, you'll eventually meet a boss. I have another personal favourite here, which is RKD, at the end of an amusement park, as you get to play video games against him. Once the boss is defeated, you get awarded a power-up, which can be activated by swiping your watch, powering up your rage meter by punching henchmen, or women, and then bash your fists together to activate it. My personal favourite is Disco Disaster, which causes your opponents to stop in their tracks and start disco dancing. No, really, it's hilarious. After each boss fight, you are left in the combat arena, which is scattered with various mini-games. There's a drinking game in the bar, a breakout clone in the ice rink, which was actually very good and very addictive. A basketball game in the amusement park, and a pool table in the factory. Work your way through the levels till you eventually meet the big bada boom. Kick his butt and you're done. Nothing groundbreaking, no new innovations to get you excited about, so is Path of the Warrior worth your time? Well, yes, of course it is, absolutely. The developers have lovingly created a long-lost genre here. They've looked long and hard at games like Streets of Rage, Final Fight and Double Dragon. Then they've brought the side-scrolling beat-em-up kicking and screaming into the present day. Worked the gameplay into a completely new genre in VR, and then topped it with a healthy dose of humour and pure fun. The artwork is great. Every level looks completely different. The enemies in every level are fun and innovative, plus the boss fights are uncomplicated and enjoyable. Now, did I mention the soundtrack? Path of the Warrior has one of the best modern theme tunes based upon a very bad 80s rock band pastiche. It's corny, kitsch and sentimental. So for someone who loved the genre, it's just spot on and suits the game perfectly. Just listen to this. See? Terrible, but terribly good at the same time. I had a lot of fun playing through this game. There were some laugh out loud moments, especially in the environmental kills. The expressions on the faces of the enemy as you jab, cross, roundhouse, stab, and smash them over the head, and generally abuse them, is the most hilarious thing I've seen in VR. Best of all, it's only £20 or $20 depending on where you are. It's cross-play, so if you buy it on your Quest, it's available when you play with the link cable or on a Rift or Rift S. They've added a co-op mode recently. There are plenty of unlocks, and as you know, I like a nice unlock. Twisted Pixel have reinvented the scrolling beat-em-up, for which I'll be forever in their debt. They've taken a defunct, tired old genre and literally rebuilt it from the ground up in virtual reality. And for that I say, thank you. Now, I'm back off to Rage City to go punch some clowns in the face and try and overcome my colorophobia. You should look that up. That's all for today. If you enjoyed this content, feel free to share. Don't forget to like and subscribe for a chance to win a Logitech C920 HD webcam in my "When will I reach 200 subs?" contest. Thanks for watching. I'll leave you with the best post-game credits I've seen for ages, and once you're done, I'll see you on the other side.